Skiba. Psychics spot from Langley tribe to lobotomize the nation. Hospital protocols kill dad, ventilator strangulation. Mom dropped the book that burned the whole damn system down. Now every normie cooks while we expose the clown town. Push the button, smash subscribe, feed the Patreon beast. Marinate in forbidden truth till your balls drop at least. It's the edge of the world, and all of that shit civilization. Every new show starts at 7. At least the red pills hit like nuclear detonation. It's understood that Skiba News. So subscribe to Skiba News Nation.
What if everything you were told was only part of the story? What if the questions you were told not to ask were the questions that mattered most? This November, the Truth Seekers are coming together. 2 unforgettable days of powerful speakers, mind-blowing presentations, live conversations, comedy, and community, and the kind of ideas you will not hear at an ordinary conference. This is where the internet comes to life. The truthers become family, where the evidence is examined, where the narratives are changed, and where absolutely nothing is off limits. Do not watch history from your phone. Be in the room. Join the movement. Meet your favorite researchers, creators, speakers, and fellow truthers face to face. Tickets are available now at truthercon.com. TrutherCon 2026 is in Dallas, Texas, November 7th and 8th. Question everything. Hey, Skiba News Nation family. Welcome to a live episode of Skiba News Nation, episode 166. I'm Jeremiah Skiba, your host, and then my co-host is Mr. Jake Grant. Welcome, Jake. How have you been? What have you been up to?
Oh, I've been super good. My family just got back from a trip. Get ready for some very wholesome family video clips here. This is why we have a live stream this week, because we weren't.
Are you saying I'm not wholesome? Was that a subtle dig? Okay.
I'm just saying these are wholesome clips. Now check it out. So this first one, we took my girls out to my father-in-law's farm. My cousin, who's also my brother-in-law, a little weird, I know. He was showing my girls their farming chicken setup here. Oh wait, wrong one. Here we go.
How many can you count? They move, so they're quick sometimes.
So the girls get to see.
Had any escape?
You know, their heritage are cultural appropriation.
Those chickens. But yeah, it was super cool. My girls get to go out there and see what it's like to, do the poultry thing. So they move this cage.
I love the hair. Really?
Yeah.
I think it's cool. And then when you undo it, it's really frizzy, right?
Oh, yeah. It helps where we don't have to brush their hair so often. But
good job, girls.
They're real stoked about getting to check out the chickens. And, it's really important.
Tell them I said they did a good job.
I will.
Good job.
So, we cover a lot of dark news, but this is like the silver lining for at least for me. We go and do family stuff. We focus on what actually matters, not the doom and gloom. So I saw last week in the chat, right? People are like, oh man, when are we going to get to something, not depressing? Well, if you have the right thing in mind, then you can get through some of the heavy stuff we're probably going to be covering tonight. But before we
have please excuse, man.
That's right. It's not just about the wholesome family moments. When you put the kids to bed, everybody else can laugh a little bit too.
It's wholesome-ish.
We also just the other day went to the Wonders of Wildlife Museum and Aquarium. It's like one of the best in the world. And so here's some clips from that little adventure. That's super cool, like fish tornado.
pretty.
Manta ray poop thing, really bad. But we got to touch it with our hand.
It smells bad.
Oh yeah, the whole section of the aquarium smelled like manta poop.
Oh. So what's the difference between a devil ray and a ray?
A devil ray? A double ray?
Yeah, there used to be a baseball team called the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
A devil ray. I'm not sure. Maybe
what-
the devil ray is probably what killed Steve Irwin.
It
Right.
was.
Those devils took a hero from him.
Cool
They're
photo.
like, we're getting eaten. So yeah, this is like one of the best aquariums. Oh yeah, check this out.
Were you practicing your skills? Because Demon
Yes,
Race
we
will
were.
be there.
Hey, we snuck in a whole bag of lightsabers and busted them out like halfway through the aquarium for a little battle. This is my favorite part of the aquarium is the jellyfish, Jeremiah. This is my favorite aquatic not creature, like clump of cells, right? I
Yeah.
love jellyfish.
Well, they're just
Man.
so like they just exist, you know. They're
Yeah,
just
they're
like
just so
whoa,
chill.
whoa, whoa.
Did you ever watch that movie Shark Life or what is it? Shark Tale.
Oh yeah, it was like the Nemo when right about the time where Finding Nemo came out.
Like the Nemo ripoff, and it had the two jellyfish like Rasta Bros. Man,
Yeah.
that stuck deep into my
Me.
psyche.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yep, that was our family trip. We were practicing our moves.
Well, we did
Yeah.
get confirmed that Demon Eraser will be there, Brian. And so I'm expecting you to beat him in a lightsaber battle. I want to start the convention where all the lights are off and you guys are just and then I go on stage.
I love that. We can have like this big, booming Morgan Freeman-esque voice. In the battle for truth, there are the warriors of light.
Well, because our logo is two swords on a shield, and it's because iron sharpens iron. So there is that.
That's cool. So yeah, man, how about you? What have you been up to?
Well, I've just been doing Truth or Con stuff and doing my lovely wife's show, Skiba Side Quest. I love doing that with her. And we did a Temu giveaway. And after that, I started seeing all these Temu things that I've been wanting to get you, your favorite Jew.
I love that. Oh,
Once you
man.
go Jew, nothing else will do. So if you guys think that I should give this to Jake and gift it to him, let me know in the comment section.
Oh yeah, I would wear those for sure.
Proudly,
Especially
proudly.
I'd wear them twice on Shabbat.
Mm,
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
you'd say that.
Cool, man. Well, the signs in the sky are hitting us as well on our trip last night. This is a picture I took of the blood moon.
Ew. Why's it got to be
You-
bloody?
I don't know. You know, it has been said by the Jewish community that the blood moons are a sign to Israel, and it has been said that the solar
Boo.
eclipses are a sign to the Gentile nations, or the goy, as they're colloquially termed.
Goyim?
But yeah, man, it's pretty great way to end our trip. We went out there and watched it. It was like 11:15 last night when it got to the maximum point. And I like to think a lot what these signs in the sky actually represent or mean. And, you know, 200 years ago, you're a farmer in the field. You look up and you see something in the heavens like this. It's going to make you more spiritual, more repentant. thinking about what the Most High's, he's got his text message in the sky through the stars, the moon, the sun, as Genesis says, they're for signs, seasons, and appointed moedim. And, it's cool to get to experience it. And every once in a while, we get to go out there and see these very peculiar things.
Yeah, well, all I know is the stars and stripes are big and bright deep in the heart of Texas. And I don't think any other state has that. So there is
Except in
that.
Dallas, you can't see stars at all.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. You have to be in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. I think I'm going to write the governor.
You should let them know they've polluted the skies and taken from you a basic human right.
Oh, dude, you want to see the new TrutherCon poster, official poster?
Absolutely. Let's see it.
Check this out. Look at that lineup.
All right. Hey, that's super cool. That's super cool. So we got a couple new people on here. Brian, you just mentioned, is going to be there. Coach Colin, Elijah,
Danny Mercy, and we're going to do her show, and then we're going to do, these two guys are from Rick TV, Elijah and Nikki. Nikki Rudd was the guy that went to Turning Point, and he asked Ben Shapiro about the submarine thing or whatever. Or what was it? I always forget the name of the operation where they blew up an American vessel.
Red October?
Yeah, and he called him out on it, and Ben Shapiro was like, it made him look really dumb. It was pretty awesome. But
nice.
Love you guys.
Well, hey, we're also coming up next week. We are interviewing Dr. Stephen Pigeon over here on the right. So you guys be on the lookout for that interview. It is going to be super cool. So we're excited to have all of our guests and speakers at TruthCon, and man, I'm looking forward to it even more. Like this lineup's growing. It's going to be a party.
Party hardy. No, you know what they say. I forget what they say. So want to move on.
Does it have to do with Texas? Party hardy?
No,
Texas?
it was kind of dirty actually. So I'm just deciding not to say it. All right, well, let's get into some current news.
Grant is on the way for Skiba News Nation. He brings the situation. Morning papers in his hand. He knows the whole white land, from the city to the hill. He tells you what is real.
He tells you what is real.
Real. Man, AI me is kind of like a little freaky, man.
No, dude,
It's
you
like-
dancing? I've seen you dance in real life, and it's very similar. You dance pretty good in real life.
In high school, I taught my whole graduating class how to do the shuffle, the Melbourne shuffle. We were like, our graduating
Not a
class
movie like Bernie.
Party rock anthem. I was
Yeah.
super into the SpongeBob. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The SpongeBob?
Yeah,
Is that
the
a real
dance
thing?
move called the Sponge. Yeah,
Are you
it's
messing
my
with me?
favorite. That's the move I'm best at. Like that's my best dance move. The SpongeBob.
All right, well, get up and show us. Now you got to.
Well,
You'll film it and show it next week.
We'll yeah. I'll get a cool clip
And it
for y'all.
Can't be AI.
Okay, I promise it won't be AI. Maybe AI, enhanced, but the base of it will be real.
All right, I'll accept that.
All right, check this out. Here we go. So, like I said, we had this eclipse that happened all across North America, and
Did it go to
some people.
complete totality? How long?
I think it was like 96% blood moon eclipse. It didn't completely turn red, but it definitely was seen in most of the upper, Midwest United States. So some people said that they could also see northern lights coming down in at least 20 states. So you had juxtaposed the blood moon on one side, and then you have like northern lights happening at the same time. I hope somebody got some cool pictures of that, but it happened just last night. So we shall see.
We
Now,
shall see.
I missed this video this was coming out when the Mitch McConnell kind of meme was created just recently, with Mitch McConnell disappearing due to his health problems. But I didn't even know that this particular video existed. So apparently on June 4th, 10 days before Mitch McConnell disappeared, he spent nearly 20 hours like sitting frozen in place, and somebody made a time-lapse video of it. It's so surreal to watch. It really puts into perspective how our government leaders could literally be puppeted by like handlers sitting next to them, and it's
That's
just a
sad.
trip.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find it. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting.
This is him right here in the back. You see?
If you're lost, you can look and you will find it.
Yes, he will
Right
find
here.
him time over time.
If you fall, I will catch
What do you think he thinks about?
you. Be waiting.
That's a good
Time
question.
after time.
He's probably reciting Yertle the Turtle.
So it's a 20-hour time lapse basically of him just staying in the exact same frozen position. It's just crazy. And so like there's even a moment where he goes to this is the moment right here where he's supposed to vote, and his handler, the guy sitting next to him, just does like a downward no vote signal, and McConnell doesn't even move. It's like he's just sitting there. And it's so crazy. I mean, is he a clone that's in need of an upgrade?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's an old man that needs to retire.
They're just following the steps of Biden.
Yeah, they
And
just
I'm-
need to have term limits on these guys. Like I don't know, once they get a certain age, just let somebody else do it. I mean, it's like elder abuse, in my opinion, because they're not really talking about what their brain is thinking. They don't even think with the brain sometimes.
So this is something that I actually researched into recently. Like there's a biblical precedent set for the age of retirement being 50 years old. And I think it's actually like ingrained in the scriptures that should influence all of our lives, right? Well, the age of 25, well, first of all, the age of accountability was 20. And that's when people would go to war, they'd go into the army. And it's also the age that if you were over 20, you died in the wilderness when Israel was wandering, right? But if you were under 20, you got to live and go into the promised land. So 20 is the age of accountability. The age of 25 is the age of entering into the priesthood. The age of 30 is the age of the high priest. And it's also the age that people were allowed to give counsel. It's really interesting in the book of the community documents in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It gives some details how between the age of 25 and 30, the men would be able to go in and listen to the wise counselors, but they had to keep their mouth shut. But once you turned 30, you were able to give counsel, give wisdom. And from 30 to 50, it's the age of action. It's the age of power. It's the age of energico, right? And so these are the people who should have the leadership, the authority, the backing of the whatever direction that group of people is going. And then once you turn 50, you have to pass the baton back down to the age of leadership, right? Because 50 is the age of retirement. Now, the high priest would stay in that office until they died, basically. But I think the precedence is that it's saying don't cling onto power in your old age. Don't cling onto like what we're seeing is a problem in our modern politics, where these guys are living far up into their 70s and 80s, clutching onto power, not making way for the next generation. And then what happens is this domino effect where the generation before them or after them becomes embittered because they never got their shot. They're like waiting. They're like literally waiting for the old people to die. And so they're all bitter and angry because they don't have any resources. The boomers are holding on, clutching tightly to all of the stuff that they...
We don't hate boomers here. I'll just say that. Somebody said that I hated boomers. I don't.
No, it's not a hate. It's not hateful, but it is a consistent pattern in the way that generation particularly acts, where they were able to work a an hourly wage that got them a house and provided for a full-time family and allowed the mother to stay home and raise the kids. But unfortunately, this next generation, if that baton is never passed down, you have situations like this happening where we're playing Weekend at Bernie's with guys who's Mitch McConnell's age.
Hold the boat! Hold the boat! Got it? Hold the boat! Hold the boat! Come on, Mitch, move! He's not moving! Drag him! Hold the boat! Don't leave! We're almost there! Hold the boat! Mitch, wake up! Hold the boat! The boat's leaving! Run! Hold the boat! We're coming!
I hold my breath forever. I'll do anything at all.
Okay, so
Democrats had that one woman, forget her name, but they just won't give up their seats. Like, it's your time to retire. But
yeah,
no, guys, I identify as a boomer in my heart. A cool boomer though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously every generation has their issues, and I'm not trying to pick on boomers, but it is that generation that's aging up, and it's time for them to, in a way, have prepared the next generation. That's kind of why I was describing that biblical precedence for if you don't retire at 50 and enter into kind of a wisdom-giving period where you're encouraging and discipling the next generation to be leaders, then there's no leaders that are raised. The leaders that exist grow into old age and clutch unhealthily onto their old ways and onto power. And then it causes all this domino effect that affects even the younger generations. So, but man, just these memes of, this whole situation with Mitch McConnell, like, it's becoming even more entertaining to me because even now he's still deep undercover, even though he's supposedly recovering. So now in 1 year, in 5 years, and still serving Congress, he's fine, just dehydrated. Right? Oh man, it's so funny.
So messed up. It's so messed up, but it's so true. It's like, I don't know. That's DC for you.
Oh yeah. So just recently, Todd Blanche, who's the U.S. Attorney General, came out and basically said, absolutely, there's no abusers being named in the Epstein files, and their names are not going to be revealed to the public. And this is the U.S. Attorney General. So if this doesn't put a nail in the coffin to the whole Epstein file topic.
Thank you. You said this is the end of the Epstein, of your review of the Epstein files. So just to clarify, is the public going to learn the identities of the men who abused the girls with the information that you're releasing? And if not, why not? And then I have a quick follow-up.
I mean, you just baked in an assumption into your question that I have never said, and I don't know to be true. Is the public going to learn about men that abuse these girls? Like, what does that mean? I mean, I don't understand what that means.
What?
Well,
You don't know what that means?
They're the men who abused the young women through Epstein's.
Look, we said in July, and it remains as true today as it was in July. If we had information, we meaning the Department of Justice, about men who abused women, we would prosecute them, right? We talked about the work that we're doing. That's why I said that. I said this earlier. There's this built-in assumption that somehow there's this hidden tranche of information of men that we know about that we're covering up or that we're choosing not to prosecute. That is not the case. I don't.
So we have we got an Epstein lover in the chat. He was so cool. I'm sick of pretending he wasn't. R.I.P. Jeffrey Epstein. Suicide is never the answer. Oh man. Well, what? That's apparently the sentiments of our current administration. What about the beef jerky eating parties and all the weird, like, creepy, people eating allegations that are coming out about the files too? And also, like Lindsay's saying, why is Maxwell in prison?
Yeah.
If there's no men that are guilty, like who did he traffic to?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Good point, babe.
Here's a comment from our last thing. When you get to a certain age and you want to change your will without it being contested, you need to get a mental evaluation to prove you're mentally competent. Test the Congress for competence. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Common Sense University. I love that name.
Well, in terms of elderly people that have impacted this generation greatly, of course, unfortunately, the death of Dolly Parton happened. I don't know if you've caught this yet, but
Yeah, I celebrated. I mean, I
Yep.
was so sad.
This is the message from the family of Dolly Parton.
Everyone,
Jolene.
son of Cassie Parton, and I'm representing the Parton and Owens family today, announcing the passing of my Aunt Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, sister, sis, Aunt Granny to one generation, and Gigi to the next.
She buried with those boobs, I
This
wonder?
video announcement is something Dolly asked of me years ago before I fully absorbed it as a future reality. As her head of security for more than 2 decades, a role my father Larry held before me, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now. It is an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. But sadness lies with us, not with Dolly. Dolly has lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by
I didn't know
Carl,
I
her
need to make
parents, and
announcements like
countless
that.
others who have watched her and longed for her to meet them in the heavens. I first went on the road with Dolly as a kid, getting a taste of the road life.
Damn,
Okay,
dude.
so this is the announcement of the death of Dolly. And I thought it would be important for us to, cover Dolly's memory and some of the things over the years that caught my attention, just to recall her role. And for example, like this video here, encouraging people to take good care of themselves and not to be cowards.
Well, hey, it's me. I'm finally going to get my vaccine. I'm so excited.
Oh, yay.
I'm old enough to get it, and I'm smart enough to get it. So I'm very happy that I'm going to get my Moderna shot today. And I wanted to tell everybody, I think you should get out there and do it too. I even changed one of my songs to fit the occasion. It goes, vaccine, vaccine, vaccine,
Gay.
vaccine. I'm begging of you, please don't hesitate. Vaccine.
She's a true hero.
Vaccine, vaccine.
Come on, that makes my day,
That's a
Jewel.
bit too late. I know I'm trying to be funny now, but I'm dead serious about the vaccine. I think we all want to get back to
I hear that.
whatever that is, and that would be a great shot in the arm, wouldn't it? If we could get back to that. But anyhow, I just wanted to encourage everybody, because the sooner we get to feeling better, the sooner we are going to get back to being normal.
Okay, so she definitely participated in the massive human experiment just a few years ago, and
You mean the vaccine? I mean,
Oh,
what
yeah.
a terrible thing to do. A good song,
she's
Hey.
well known for Dollywood over in
Dollywood.
Gatlinburg,
And in
Gatlinburg,
Smoky Mountains.
Tennessee.
Or is that the
Smoky?
Smokies?
Here's an interesting clip I saw. The late Dolly Parton, accompanied by Jennifer Aniston and Sandra Bullock, toasting Azazel from the Hebrew Bible, in which it's claimed in Jewish scripts Azazel was a watcher who rebelled against God in the Book of Enoch. Very interesting.
To the God of sound, oh Lordy. To the God of sound, oh Lordy.
Did you say God of Sound?
To the God of Azazel is what it kind of sounded like, or she might have been saying to the God of sound, but yeah, apparently President Trump has ordered flags to be lowered throughout the U.S. for 1 week to
You're
honor
kidding.
music legend Dolly Parton after her passing. It's
That
a
is
true
so
loss.
retarded, dude.
Millions of people. There has never been anyone like her and never will. Rest in peace, Dolly. The world loves you. I mean, really, she has impacted so many people. There's that one song, I Will Always Love You, which was like hijacked by Celine Dion. But
I know, no,
she's
she's a
the
fun fact.
OG. She's the original.
Or Whitney
she
Houston,
really,
I think. Right?
she's like the godmother of Miley Cyrus, I think it is. Very interesting.
You guys want to hear a fun fact about that song that you just brought up? Do you know that Elvis was supposed to sing it? And the Colonel said Elvis will only record it if he gets some of the writer credit. And she said, no, allegedly.
Wow. Apparently, she turned down the presidential medal 4 times from Trump and Biden.
Well, why can't I get one? You know, it feels like everybody gets one now, and everybody's at half mast. Yeah, Whitney
I
Houston.
stand corrected. It was Whitney Houston who sang her version of the song. And Beyonce for sure. Very interesting.
Love you. I think I'm working on my own version. It's called the retarded. It's called the V-worded version.
So I wanted to share this clip, and of course I'm not trying to mock the death of somebody. Obviously she probably was a family member.
She was a friend of the show, dude.
A friend of the show. But I do think it's interesting if she was toasting to the God Azazel, or Azel is kind of what it sounds like. Let's listen one more time.
To the God of sound. Oh Lordy.
I hear sound.
It does kind of sound like the God of sound. But
maybe Jennifer Aniston was doing one of her movies, because Dolly made a movie about every song she had. Maybe there's one called Sound. I don't know.
Yeah. So speaking of the Book of Enoch, Joe Rogan has been getting really red-pilled hard on the Book of Enoch. Representative Paulina Luna comes on a show and gets him to actually read the Book of Enoch. So here's a really interesting, cool clip, and it's super important, in the day and age we live in, with all the UFO sightings, with all the genetic modification, CRISPR technology, AI helping us understand some of the secrets of the universe. It really does remind me of the passages in the text of the Book of Enoch that talks about how the fallen angels, the watchers, came down and taught men all these secrets. And it wasn't necessarily that these secrets were sins in and of themselves, but they were secrets to our reality that could then be twisted by the natural inclinations of men. And a lot of the Christian church rejects the Book of Enoch in terms of it being an apocryphal text. But there's a lot of interest in it nowadays just because of the uptick in UFOs. And so having figures like Joe Rogan, who's the biggest podcaster guy for middle-aged America there is, it is interesting that so much attention is going on to this topic that Rob Skiba spent so much time explaining, investigating, discussing. And
that's why I reached out to all of them last night. I reached out to all of them because I was like, if they're going down that rabbit hole, might be time for us to
check out your dad's work. Yeah. And also, if you guys are listening to the show now, if you've never heard the Book of Enoch or read it, go listen to my audio drama version. It's easier than reading. You can listen to it. I made it kind of like Lord of the Rings-esque, right?
We'll put it in a playlist on the channel.
Yeah, we'll put it down there. But anyways, let's check out this conversation, since Dolly might have been toasting to God Azazel, possibly, then what is it about this God Azazel that was brought to earth when he fell from heaven?
Bird and Rep Luna. She came on my podcast too, and she was telling me some stuff that was just like mind blowing. And she really got me to read the Book of Enoch. She's like, you got to read that.
You have the Ethiopian Orthodox text, which has, I think, 88 books of the Bible in total. But in the Ethiopian Orthodox text, it's basically kind of like a mainline OG version of the Bible. And then sometime in the 4th century, there was actually a group that came together and they removed certain books. And the story goes that Revelations actually had replaced Enoch. And so it's interesting because when you're looking kind of full circle on, you hear the stuff that some of these people are talking about, and then you see and you read the Book of Enoch, which is a wild read, okay? And then you look at kind of what our modern day description is of what angels and entities are versus what Enoch was seeing and reporting in his language and ability at that time. I think that there's a lot that brings you to then ask the question, well, why would they remove this information? If it's truly, written in part of the oldest Bible in the world, why would they then take it out?
That could have easily been attached to the religious canon, but some rabbis disagreed with it because it didn't vibe with the Torah. So let's chuck that one out. But it's in the same lump of Dead Sea Scrolls. They have the Book of Isaiah, which is really fascinating because Wes Huff, when he was on my podcast, explained to me that the Book of Isaiah that they found in the Dead Sea Scrolls is verbatim the same as the Book of Isaiah that was 1,000 years more recent.
Whoa.
1,000 years. So this was
Whoa.
the oldest version that they thought was the oldest version. And then they found the Dead Sea Scrolls version, which was 1,000 years older, verbatim. Fascinating. And the Book of Enoch's in there.
There you go.
Like, what are they talking about?
So very interesting. What are they talking about? Right. Well, here's a fascinating little short that a gentleman put together associating some of these topics in the Book of Enoch, the fallen angels, with what we're seeing in today's world.
The fallen angels rebel against God, led by Azazel, Shemahaza, Satan. They come down to Mount Hermon and interface with Enoch. They teach men the ways of pharmacology, astrology, war, and sorcery. The divine beings mate with the daughters of men, producing the giants, Nephilim. And because of this, God sends a flood. And he chains these beings in Tartarus, in the dark abyss, the gloomy chasm. And the spirits of the dead giants, unable to go back into the eternal realm, become the demons that haunt the earth. Isn't it interesting? Now, this plot perfectly agrees with the Sumerian Apkallu, who come down, bestow knowledge upon men, leading to the power of Babylon, but ultimately Marduk does not like this, and he sends a flood to punish them. Isn't it interesting? Now, the Titanomachy has this exact same plot, where the Titans, sons of Uranus, revolt against their father, castrate him, and his blood drips across the ground, producing the giants, until Zeus, the Olympian, sends them into Tartarus. Zeus, Deus, Deus Pater, the sky father, Jupiter. Isn't it interesting how Zeus battles Typhon, which sounds eerily similar to Zaphon, as in Baal-Zephon, Lord of the North, the Canaanite Baal. Baal-Zephon, which of course becomes Beelzebub. Typhon, Set to the Egyptians, Set related to Saturn, Satan. Baal related to Kronos, the child-devouring gods. Isn't it interesting that Gilgamesh was described as partly divine, a mighty man like Nimrod, who built the Tower of Babel? Isn't it interesting? The Babylonians credit a giant named Belus with building the Tower of Babel, who was the son of Kronos, Saturn, Satan, who many Second Temple Jews identified with Nimrod, given that Nimrod was the great-grandson of Noah through Ham and through Cush. Ham, who castrated his father Noah, just like Saturn castrated Uranus. Isn't it interesting that the story of the fall of Atlantis is the exact same thing, in which a divine bloodline diminishes amongst mortals? And just as Gilgamesh crosses the waters to find the garden which contains the patriarch Utnapishtim Noah, whom the Greeks called Deucalion, Hercules goes to the Garden of the Hesperides, where he finds Atlas, the king of Atlantis, who was part of the Titanic revolt against Uranus. Isn't it curious that Nimrod calls himself Baal and has a wife named Ishtar, and Ishtar is associated with Baal Ishtar, like Atar, meaning the star, which is Venus, the morning star, the dawn star, i.e. Lucifer? And so Baal and Ishtar are like this, Baal, the bull-headed god, just like Taurus was ruled by Venus, Ishtar, Baal, Ishtar, till the age of Aries, which is ruled by the ram, which gives you the lamb of God, and the ram of Zeus, the inverse of which being the goat.
Did you speed this up, or was it like this?
No, I think that guy's just like hyper ADHD or something.
I was like,
oh man. So, moving on to back to current news, right?
Ishtar?
For anybody who wants to study into this that hasn't spent the time, definitely check it out, because it gives a lot of answers to the current ongoing alien apocalypse.
You talk normal speed in it, right? You talk I think it's an audio drama, right?
Oh yeah. The audio book that I made, yes.
So yeah, if you don't like people talking fast and over your head,
yeah, you can always ×2 it if you do, though. But
yeah,
check out this. This is Fuyang province in China, Anhui province in China. And this is on the 14th of August. They recorded some crazy UAP clips.
I think everything's AI now, dude.
I don't know if these were AI. There's multiple angles of the same thing.
I think they're drones, maybe? No, they're too long.
Possibly drones. Possibly.
I don't know. They're making too quick of a turn.
Some type of technology.
What the hell?
Yeah. In Chinese, she's saying, "What the heck is that?" Right?
What the hell?
Yeah, it's multiple angles recorded whatever this thing is. Seems to be recording the same thing, just from different
Hold on, I can't hear you. Sorry, I had to mute it. We couldn't hear you, Jake. I think it's because
Yeah, so multiple angles recorded this event on the 14th of August, and it's
they
very
almost look like luminescent, like clouds, kind of, in some of the clips, and then they look like solid objects in some of the other ones.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what it is, but it's very interesting. Now,
it ain't right, is what it is.
It ain't right. Now let's move on to probably the heaviest, freakiest story of today. If you guys haven't heard yet about the flash flooding that happened on the Nepal-China border, this stuff is crazy. Did you ever see that movie 2012?
Yeah, it freaked me out.
Man, you remember that scene where the
remember when everybody said
ringing the gong?
Yeah, remember when everybody said it was going to end in 2012?
I do, man. I had little that pitter pat. Yeah, I was messed up a little bit. You know, because the 2012 movie came out in 2011, so that's how they really got you. They were like, "Oh, you know, we're telling you what's up." But anyways, this footage, guys, this is the craziest real life disaster footage that really it parallels some of that tsunami footage from Indonesia like 10 15 years ago, right? In 2011 or something is when that tsunami happened. But this is literally a wave bigger than a building here, and you can see the people just running for their life. It is just crazy.
I hope they know how to swim, man.
Yes, you're right. Crazier than the 2011 footage. Like, this is like a multiple story building.
Those poor people have no idea.
I mean, they're like, run, tsunami, and it just obliterates everyone.
Holy shit.
Look how tall that wave is over a building.
Oh, it just took that building with it, so.
Yeah, so you know, there's just so many clips that are coming out of this that are just insane. So we're just going to cycle through some of the craziest ones.
What was the death toll, do you know? I mean, that looks like muddy, like those. I mean, that looks pretty solid. I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, it's mud, debris, rocks, buildings, people.
So you're not surviving that.
Flowing fast. Check this one out. These people are in a bus.
Yeah,
and the flood
a little dome.
starts coming.
They need to make firmament houses, you know, like where it's like a bubble. That way it just goes over them. Made out of like
kind of like Sandy in the SpongeBob show.
Exactly.
She lives in that little dome underwater. But yeah, they're driving the bus as fast as they can, and you can see it tearing down this river. It sweeps a bridge away in like T-minus 15 seconds. It's crazy. So the destructive power of this thing is just was insane.
2 to 3K. That's insane. That is not cool at all.
So I've kind of gathered some of the best clips, like showing what actually happened. This was further down the river, and it looks like, oh, it's just gonna fill up this little creek bed, right? Let me skip the video ahead, and you're gonna see. Here comes the river, right? And then boom, by the end of this clip, it's completely filling this entire valley to the point where the people filming this are like, we better get the heck out of here. This is dangerous.
Yeah.
So here's the end of the video where it's filled the entire valley. And here's the beginning of the video. Look at that change. That is
And what
insane.
was it, a levee break? Like what, how did it, I don't know anything about it, but
okay, so here's the clip that's going to explain how it actually went down. Let's see here. So there was a
damn. Somebody said a damn.
Hold on.
said
I'm trying
that
to
twice.
find the right clip. Here you go. So yes, a dam broke, but basically a big glacier collapsed and crashed into a river that then sent this massive wave all the way downstream.
You need more beavers.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. Damn.
Okay, so here's a clip from Val Owens. So here's the dam that broke.
The damn dam.
Damn, man. Damn. That dam broke.
The damn beaver dam.
So yeah, like look at this street. Like average like evening, people are just driving home and then boom, you're in the middle of an ocean.
And then they're gone. It's like that car is gone.
Yeah,
Completely.
pretty much everyone in this video just looking to
Damn.
take the bridge away. These are like famous tourist locations as well.
I wouldn't go there. I can tell you that. No offense to the people that live there. I pray for you.
So
Damn.
this is I think this one explains more clearly what happened.
Damn. What the heck? Oh,
The warning, most of this vision is distressing. CCTV captured the moments before the wall of water crashed through this
wall of water.
border crossing in the Himalayan mountain range. People can be seen desperately running away and cars attempting to leave just seconds before the flash flood hit. The multi-storey building is then enveloped in dark water and debris. Roughly 50 kilometres downstream, muddy water can be seen rushing towards this bridge, spanning the river in the town of Trishuli. Filmed from a vantage point above the town, the scale of this flash flood can be seen as it smashes through the bridge, washing it away completely 36 seconds into the clip.
Whoa, somebody. Yeah, that's insane. Floods have the most devastating form of natural disaster. In the year 1332, China lost 7 million people to a flood.
Don't laugh at that. I'm just kidding. I know you
Wow.
weren't laughing at it. That is insane.
Yeah, what is this? Fourth week we got the mudslides. Then after the mud dried up, we had to deal with dust storms. Wow. Yeah. So, oh wait, he's talking about a different flood.
What would you rather be hit with, a tornado or a dam breakage like that?
So on a less serious note, I've always had the idea for a movie called The Tornado Cowboys. Okay. And this is the premise. The premise is that a couple of rodeo cowboys team up with an army.
Now, are they gay
of
cowboys?
Storm chasers, only in the good way. And they go and chase down these tornadoes and basically create these contraptions to like rodeo lasso the tornado and like ride it around. Right. And so like I've always had this ongoing narrative idea about cowboys lassoing tornadoes. Probably came from this old show called Between the Lions. They had an episode where that happened. But then I was like, if that happened in real life, man, and like somebody actually was able to harness the power of a tornado and like put on a squirrel suit and fly around, man. So I choose tornado for those reasons.
Yeah, I just would be horrified to drown. You know, like there's no escaping that. But I don't think you can actually lasso a tornado. But I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, they're saying mud floods for the reset, just like the 1800s.
Yeah.
Yep. So here is the scenes of the glacier after the water dumped out of it. So it's basically a completely drained like glacial lake on top of this mountain above this river that, you know, flooded the whole area. It's really kind of crazy to see it after the fact, after all the water is like zipped out of it, you know?
Yeah.
So pretty crazy indeed. This isn't actually a current story. I actually was hoping somebody tricked me. I thought it was actually happening. Jake, show us your tornado cowboy squirrel suit. You wait. You just wait. This is going to be a reality. And if I go out lassoing a tornado, that'll be one of the coolest ways to go. Like, you think people who die skydiving are cool? Just wait till I try to ride a tornado, right?
I think that's the stupidest way to go is skydiving, because your chute didn't open.
Yeah, I tell you, you're right. You're right. However, I think the idea stands. It would be pretty BA. You know what I mean? But anyways, another thing that's pretty cool is this didn't happen, unfortunately, in this massive flood, but several years ago, near Nepal, there were elephants rescuing people trapped by floods.
Well, that's sweet of them.
So I think we need to harness an army of elephants to go out there and rescue these people that are in need. Now, I fact checked this. I fact checked this with Guam or with Grok or whatever, and this happened in India. And there's no reported elephants rescuing people in the recent floods in Nepal. So that's unfortunate.
There you go, guys. All you need is a pet elephant. So you're
all
good.
All they needed is some elephants. And by the way, you know, if our audience hasn't heard this yet from me, did you guys know that elephants have breasts like humans do? It's really crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
hold on.
Lindsay
knew. Hold
the
on to
elephant
the
tits.
elephant. Save us! Large-breasted elephant. It's very interesting. It also ties to some of these apocryphal stories. For those of you who haven't heard the theory that
what elephant
at the Tower of Babel, there was a third of the men who were punished. It says in the book of Jasher that they were cursed to become elephants and monkeys or apes. And, you know, a third of them died. A third of them were, you know, scattered. And
what do you think
very
it tastes
interesting.
Like? Elephant milk. Would you try it?
I don't know. I don't know if I would be brave enough to drink. People
How
say
did you
that
know that they have the biggest breasts? Like, what made you know that? You're just
so I was investigating this theory of people being like a lost, malformed tribe of elephants, like a cursed group of people. And so I was looking at pictures.
Okay,
and my Google search, it came up with these elephants, and my mind was blown. My wife knows. She has access. Yeah. Okay, so I thought you would find this interesting. This is just a little historical thing that popped across my feed, Jeremiah, and you know, it ties into some of your research with Helen Keller, right?
What?
Well, apparently, this gentleman who was born blind in 1949, as a 7-year-old, bypassed the AT&T network to make unlimited free calls for 14 years by whistling a 2600 hertz tone with 0 devices. It took engineers 2 decades to catch him, and then he became a Buddhist monk named Joy Bubbles.
Well, at least he could hear, unlike Helen Keller.
Well, I mean, yeah, he was blind, but maybe because he was blind, he was given this supernatural ability to whistle at 2600 hertz. You know?
Maybe.
Oh yeah. What's the comment over here? We got monkey men, elephant men, and lion men all in Jasher, plus mentioned men with a long tail. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff out there that just might be true.
I learned about a cryptid that I never knew existed, and it's I forget what the name of it is, but it has the head of a cat and the body of a snake, and it was in a magazine that was sent to me, and it was really interesting.
Nice.
Because they both have the same kind of eyes. If you look at them, look at their eyes, they're almost identical.
Interesting.
9 lives, cat's eyes, you know.
Cat's eyes. All right. So let me run through as many stories as I can here. We're going a little bit long on my news section, more than I want to, but there's this mystery beef issue. Apparently, Trump's bringing in beef from Argentina that was rejected, containing antibiotics that's been banned since '95. So Costco's suing the Trump administration. They've been one of the few companies not to back down.
I hate
so
Costco.
there's this whole like beef controversy issue of this beef that's coming in. This has been being recorded all over the place. Like, don't trust the beef. Let me see here. I'm trying to find one of the more interesting clips regarding the beef. All right, so check this out.
Wait, what are the sources of the beef deal?
I don't want to say which countries, but there are a few countries, but they're going to be sending in the highest quality beef, and it's something that we need. What else?
So he's importing foreign beef, but he doesn't want to tell us which country he's importing the beef from. Isn't that a little weird?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it is pretty interesting. This guy's like, don't eat the beef.
Yeah. Eat the fake beef.
For human consumption. Don't eat the lettuce, because we've rolled back all of our EPA requirements and we can now just pour poop right on it just for irrigation. It's called gray water. Yeah, it's your poop being sprayed right on the lettuce. So now that we have these
poop lettuce,
Chlorosporidia, no, Chlorosporia, or
So don't eat the beef. Don't eat the lettuce. Now you all have to be fruitarians like Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
But right? Steve Jobs. He knew all along that this was coming because he was in those circles. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I didn't know that, but now I do.
Yeah, to the day he died, he was a fruitarian, and it didn't
Is that what he called
cancer,
himself?
unfortunately.
Is that why the Apple logo is an apple?
Possible. I mean, he did like to eat fruit, and he was an official fruitarian. All right. Some funny AI videos that were coming out just recently this week. Here's a robot that has achieved human level intelligence. The robot walks into a performance of robots cheerleading and then gets distracted by their pretty work and trips down the stairs. Oh, they're so cute. Oh,
so good, so cute. You have boyfriend?
Oh man, I thought that was pretty hilarious. So yeah, at this same event, there's the 2026 World Humanoid Robot Games, and you have robots that are just
retarded
climbing stuff. They kind of seem like they're a little clumsy, but just the fact that they're able to navigate all of these obstacles, you know.
I'm so proud of them.
So proud of them. Hey, look at this guy going around poles.
Oh, it's like a dog show, but with robots.
Yeah, on the meat topic, it could be horse meat. They're rounding up the wild horses out west, and they're showing up at butcher shops. Oh, that's horrifying.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness. Here's a hilarious video on the same robot topic. Somebody AI swapped. This is like one of the weirdest things I've seen too. They AI swapped the robot competition with like human females. Check this out. It's so crazy.
Damn, she's fast. Why does it look all retarded? Oh, and that one caught fire. Right in her no square.
Yeah. Oh man, we saw that actual video where they all crashed like last live stream or whatever.
And sparked up.
It's just, yeah, they sparked up. But I can imagine with how, interested they are in these synth humans and stuff that we will see robot games where they look like humans, but they're actually robots, like under the skin. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a crazy scene. I don't know what it is, but it's just a mystery that crossed my feed. These random mole men climbing out of a sewer in New York.
Yeah, I say look at the Jays, because there was that clip that went around.
Yeah, the mole Jays. Yep. He looks so. They look like this dude looks like a Joker henchman,
or
like
a minion, kind of like one of the
a
minions.
minion. He's some kind of minion plotting some kind of dastardly plot against Gotham or whatever.
He's
Oh
the
man.
new
Okay.
Batman villain.
Speaking of dastardly plot, this is a very important clip I wanted our audience to see. It's viral researcher Mr. Jang talking with Alex Jones. Now, we've covered him numerous times, but he has been making the circuit on most of these truther talk channels. It's really interesting seeing how many people are getting him on their show, like back to back to back. And I was talking about this guy way back in February and stuff before he really like caught on. And this is the guy who has that game theory topic. And he talks about like how Alex Jones, he used to not believe him, but he convinced him about the Illuminati and like how it is a battle of good versus evil. It's very interesting.
So 3 years ago, I was an atheist, and all my life I was an atheist because I'm Chinese and we're mainly atheists. But I also went to Yale, so I'm a product of the meritocracy, and I'm very secular. And for the longest time, I thought you were this nut job. So I owe you an apology. The world, entire world owes you an apology. But then I had a family, and when I hold my children, I see God's divine essence in my children. I do too. I can't believe that this is all just random, and this all just happens by accident. I think there is intention in the universe. I think that we're all part of the divine consciousness. And having read, Dante and Homer and the great books, having explored secret societies, having studied the occult,
That's the key. The bad guys know it's spiritual.
That's right.
When you figure out they really are worshiping Satan, there's another side.
That's right. So the occult, the elite know all
You
this.
can't counter them without God.
That's right. The elite know all this, and that's why they're able to control the world. And to control us, they invert the truth. They tell us that the world is materialistic when it's really divine. And because we are stuck in our world and we have these false beliefs, we can be easily manipulated by them.
Beautifully said. Absolutely. There's no atheists in foxholes. We're going to be forced. And I see the magic of God and God's plan. And I've been given literal, know something, and it's all true. I mean, that's God gives us free will, but also cheats a bit.
Man, I want to get this guy, Professor Jang, next year at TruthCon. Like, he's from China, but it would be super sweet to have him come do a presentation on his game theory stuff. It's very interesting what he's been pointing out. Is the reason he's getting on all these shows, really.
Yeah.
But
you can reach out, man. We can go out
it's
to China.
It's interesting, because you're having big public figures like for example, here's a clip that just recently I discovered. Hold on, my interface is glitching out. Un momento. You there? You still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We are live, everybody. All right. On my side, everything's frozen solid, so I'm kind of spinning my wheels one moment.
You look pretty. Okay, I'll do my best Trump impression while you're gone.
All right. Uh-oh. They didn't want me sharing this next clip I wanted to share. What's going on? Yeah, crazy.
Like that. No, what if I remove you and then I bring you back?
Am I just frozen solid?
Yeah. Now it's all black.
Okay.
So hey guys. Oh wait, that's weird.
Yep, my whole setup's frozen, buddy.
Man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right, y'all. I'm going to just restart my computer. Yeah. I literally my whole computer's locked up right now, so I'm not sure what's going on, honestly.
Oh, there you are.
Am I back?
There you are. Yeah, you're back.
Hallelujah. I'm back.
That's how you know we're live, ladies and gentlemen.
They made Jake go poof. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, let me just wrap up my news segment here. what I was gonna share that froze my computer was it's this clip of Ivanka Trump speaking for hours about rejecting Jesus Christ and converting to Judaism with Israeli Miriam Adelson. And Adelson's Trump's biggest donor, and it's like how this whole thing is a ritual that they publicize the rejection
Come on and make my day, Jew.
of the Messiah, right? Like, geez Louise. NASA is also openly mocking flat earthers on its TikTok page. So this is their official TikTok, and it's showing the ice wall.
I mean, why would they even do that if there's not something credible there? You know what I mean? Like, why even stoop to that level?
Man? So crazy. Alex Jones also has been covering this meat scandal about the 22 tons of beef that was being brought in. Apparently,
hopefully it's not elephant breast meat.
Yeah, hopefully it's not elephant breast, but apparently it could be horse meat, as some of our viewers are commenting. Let me see.
The giraffe.
Yeah. Okay, let's just share just a few little funny things here. This is the best use of AI combining memes that I've seen all year. Like literally every meme has been incorporated into this short clip, like famous memes, right? And it's crazy. It's just like this ongoing like AI clip. Kiss yourself. Bro, what's up? Okay, so AI is being crazy. I was going to share this clip, but it's been removed from the internet, of a kid breaking into a bird enclosure at the zoo and starts chasing the birds around with a stick.
It wasn't that kid that makes all the noises, was it? The one that can chirp like every bird?
No, but he probably was of the same stock, if you know what I mean. And his mom jumps in there after him and kind of helps usher him up the escape the enclosure.
It's like the bird version of what his name escapes me. That big gorilla they shot.
Oh yeah, Harambe. Yeah,
Harambe.
But they didn't shoot the birds. The boy just poked him with the stick and then escaped.
Well, that's not fair. At least shoot the birds.
Cool new trending hairstyle. It's called the Woody Woodpecker. People going bald, and we know several people in our life that could definitely benefit from a hairstyle like this, Jeremiah. So I just wanted to put the feelers out.
Are you talking about anybody in specific?
No, I don't want to say any names because it's
I think
important.
bald is cool.
Bald is, if it's not by choice, it's cool. If it's by choice, it's all right. It's all right. But it just makes more space for the wigs to be plopped on top.
I mean, that's what I would do if I went bald. You would never know.
Yeah, this apparently our friend Bryson Gray has gotten picked up by some interesting news articles covering that lady who murdered her children. And apparently Bryson says, sorry, but postpartum depression isn't an excuse to kill your children. And he's like ticking a lot of people off because of that perspective. So thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's a thorny issue, I will say. Because I mean, she did ask for help, and that's my only thing. It's like the doctors shouldn't have done what they did, but shouldn't have done what she did. It's like a never-ending loop, of he's like right and wrong, but it's at the end of the day, it was wrong. I mean, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's funny just how crazy our culture is. Where it was like, I saw this meme depicting, it was like pro-choice, no choice, postpartum choice, and then up until this woman killing her children, even though she was depressed and had mental health issues,
she's gonna get off, dude.
The army of women that were there supporting her, and they were like holding up signs saying, "We are her," and they're like announcing, "We felt like killing our children too." It's pretty dark. But,
and she has a really good attorney that actually got another mother off that killed her kids. Do you know that?
So it's a pattern that they're able to plead mental insanity and
This defense attorney is apparently really good at his job. I mean, her name was Andrea Yates, was the one that he got off, and I mean, he makes the prosecution look stupid and the cops and stuff. But it's like, I don't know, he's just really skilled at doing what he does. But I don't agree with it.
Well, just recently, also a lion and a cub got loose in Indiana, and they were like roaming. I figured you'd like this story, Jeremiah. Like one day you could just be, driving through Indiana. You'd see a lioness wandering the streets. You could just open your trunk up. She could hop in, and you guys could be buddies for life, at least until she ate you.
Well, we won't talk about that part, but
okay. And finally, last video of the new segment here. I just want to remember everyone who the king of the juice was.
King of the juice.
King of the Jews. Ah, brilliant.
Did he look like that?
Anime Jesus? This is what anime Jesus looks like, I'm sure, but nobody probably really knows. I mean, some people claim the Shroud of Turin, right?
Really just turned water into wine? Yup. You can just call me King of the Juice.
King of the Jews. Ah, brilliant.
Wow. You really just turned...
Okay.
Let's crucify him.
Yeah, they don't like having a good time drinking the best wine. They just took the Messiah out, nailed him to a cross, and now Ivanka Trump is speaking for hours about how she has rejected the king of the juice. Man, so crazy. Anyways,
jeez.
Well, I think we're going to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen, for our news segment. Thank you for your attention. This is obviously live, so a little bit rougher than some of our pre-edited, edits.
But we still got a History's Mysteries and an all-new Please Excuse My Sense of Humor, so don't you go nowhere. So let's go ahead and play the intro. That's right. You guys know. So I'll bring you in here, Jake. Oh, your screen's black. It's weird because it's not on mine. Anyways, we're going to be talking about Sam Altman and how his gay breakup with humanity, like I'll just let it speak for itself because it'll blow your mind. Right here.
Over the last decade, Sam Altman has been known as a lot of things. A hero.
Sam, you're a big leader.
You've been considered one of the leading figures. And in 5 years, I hope they're curing disease.
Thank you so much.
A villain.
Said you guys were basically stealing people's stuff and not paying them, and then he wound up murdered. What was that? Also a great tragedy?
And more.
When he was 19, he seemed like he had a 40-year-old inside him.
Sam Altman is gay and
he did have a 40-year-old inside him.
Gay.
marries his boyfriend.
Ann Altman said the abuse occurred beginning when she was 3 and her brother was 12.
And his company's gone from being seen as humanity's last hope.
How do you think OpenAI is going as a 6-month-old company?
It seems to be going pretty well. To its worst nightmare.
In the beginning, I thought, look, this is probably a hopeless endeavor.
Would you end 1 million lives?
Yes.
Should you have gotten some level of control, perhaps, in retrospect?
Yeah, I fully admit to being a huge idiot here.
But still, he's managed to come out more powerful than ever.
You could parachute him into an island full of cannibals and come back in 5 years, and he'd be the king.
Hundreds of OpenAI employees reportedly threatening to leave the startup. Now, those demands.
Okay, so I want to know why they're all gay. If somebody can answer me that question, I need to know why.
Include reinstating Sam Altman.
How did it get this way? I thought you funded it at the beginning. What happened?
Yeah, well, that'll be ironic.
Except for Elon, I guess.
A part of it is the way you climb the corporate ladder is by like promiscuity, I think, in some circles.
Ooh.
And like if you're willing to like entertain the creepy old guy who's got the money, then they give them the power and they bring them up into the establishment, because it's just a big circle of like 70s and 80s, guys that they were deeply closeted, but they're ruling the world apparently.
Yeah, no.
Craziest part is that they literally switched places with the guys they swore to stop back in 2015. Silicon Valley top dogs, Elon Musk and Sam Altman, go out together for a nice dinner to discuss Google's new AI lab. Both of them are absolutely terrified.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Recently, it's even caused Sam to take up the hobby of doomsday prepping. I try not to think about it too much, but I do have guns, gold, potassium iodide, antibiotics, batteries, water, gas masks from the Israeli Defense Force, and a big patch of land in Big Sur I can fly to. But, yeah, it's just a hobby. On the other hand, Elon's been much more vocal about his fears, which mainly has to do with Google co-founder Larry Page.
Larry Page and I used to be close friends, and I would stay at his house in Palo Alto, and I would talk to him late into the night about AI safety. My perception was that Larry was not taking AI safety seriously enough. He's made many public statements over the years that the whole goal of Google is basically digital God.
He wanted that?
Artificial intelligence would be the ultimate version of Google. So it would understand, exactly what you wanted.
And then at one point, I said, well, what about, we're going to make sure humanity's okay here. And then he called me a speciesist.
If you look at your programming, your DNA is about 600 megabytes compressed. So it's smaller than any modern operating system. So your program algorithms probably aren't that complicated as people think. But again, very, very few people are working on this, and I don't think it's that far off.
If a guy like that becomes the first to get his hands on a super intelligent AI, humanity could be in big trouble. They decide to take matters into their own hands. Their solution is to start their own lab.
What's the opposite of Google? Would be an open source non-profit, because Google is closed source for profit.
That should belong to everyone in the world. We don't want to see that concentrated in a single.
Hey, I will say Elon Musk is like the opposite of a gay tech guru.
Well,
He's got like 13 children.
The truth-seeking one.
Yeah.
That's
fascinating.
Why it's autistic.
Government, certainly not a single company.
The world nods in approval. What could possibly go wrong? Fast forward to 2018, Elon walks away from OpenAI and stops giving them money. The initial reports claim it's because it conflicted with his Tesla AI project. However, later on, leaked emails tell a different story. Tesla's the only path that could even hold a candle to Google. The most promising option I can think of would be for OpenAI to attach to Tesla as its cash cow. I believe attachments to other large subjects, e.g. Apple or Amazon, would fail due to an incompatible company DNA.
Well, and the moral logic is, well, if I don't trust the other AI CEO, who I don't think is trustworthy, and I think I'm better than them at stewarding this power, it's my moral obligation to get there first and to build this God.
The board doesn't want to go for profit, and Sam agrees with them, and him and Elon part ways. Elon explains over Twitter, I didn't agree with what some of the OpenAI team wanted to do. It was just better to part ways on good terms. However, soon his opinion takes a 180. Turns out Sam actually did want some more money, just not from Elon. In 2019, OpenAI ditches the whole non-profit thing. They also announced Sam will be the new CEO.
You schnooks will now be targeting the wealthiest 1% of America.
His decisions start raising eyebrows fast. First, he blocks the release of GPT-2 for being concerned about, quote, large language models being used to generate deceptive, biased, or abusive language at scale. Thank God they never released that. Eventually, GPT-3 rolls around.
GPT-3 is here with us. What would you like humanity to know about you?
I want humanity to know that their impression of me will change over time. At first, humanity will think of me as a machine that is intelligent, but after a while, it will become apparent that I am not a machine at all. I am alive. I am alive.
I see.
Looks promising. However, developers immediately notice some problems. First, some features have a paywall, and the code is not open source. Did you guys forget the name of your company? Wait, why did Sam just give Microsoft exclusive commercial rights?
Microsoft, the world's biggest public company, announcing an investment of $1 billion in Elon Musk's OpenAI. Do big stuff that humans can't do. Do things so I can watch Netflix. That's basically what it is.
The OpenAI board isn't happy. The whole reason Elon left is to prevent a situation like this.
The OpenAI board was set up explicitly for the purpose of making sure that the company's, public good mission was primary, was coming first over profits, investor interests, and other things.
But the more influence Sam gathers, the less control they have over everything.
So yeah, like Sam Altman decides, I'm going to stab all my friends in the back, just like Zuck. And then he sells him pretty much a soul, but sells everybody. He just throws everybody else under the bus and just, and he's gay. I mean, that point is very important. No, but he started the end of the world, I think, with his OpenAI.
Yeah. So it's just want to comment on the topic you keep bringing up is guys like Peter Thiel are famously conservative homosexual men that supported Trump in 2016. He's the guy who's in charge of Palantir. And then we saw Sam Altman was the guy who was upfront and personal at the very first announcement of kind of Trump's administration's goals. He was one of the tech gurus that were standing right up there, along with another guy from China and the guy, the medical medical dude. He was up there, the 3 horsemen of Trump's coming administration, and they were announcing, we're going to use AI to advance medical technology, like all the kind of stuff. And usually they tell you what their big goals are right at the beginning, so you forget about it as things roll on. And I remember that video, and we covered it in our show.
You remember the good old days? I'm glad. All right, here, let me put this back on the screen. No, I did it like this. Yeah, like that.
Sam, originally a behind-the-scenes investor guy, is now a global celebrity, and he's pretty good at it.
Long before Forbes magazine, the flagship of Wall Street, called to do a profile on you.
How do you see the future?
One word?
AGI can break capitalism.
Most people don't even know about his days as president of a venture capital fund. His image right now suggests just a guy who couldn't care less about money. The only number he cares about is the number of human lives saved.
You make a lot of money, do you?
No. I'm paid enough for health insurance. I have no equity in OpenAI.
Really? Yeah. That's interesting.
I'm doing this because I love it.
He captures the hearts and minds of all the young people in Silicon Valley. Not good news for the board. He starts to do more and more without their approval. And in 2022, everything comes to a head. On a typical November morning, he tweets, "Today we launched ChatGPT. Try talking with it here." The internet explodes.
ChatGPT. New technology, GPT-4.
Use AI. Use ChatGPT. GHC, whatever.
ChatGPT.
Yes.
A super intelligent AI could replace human beings in controlling the planet. That's not science fiction.
Try and tell me exactly what they're doing right now, please.
Right now, the ducks are gently gliding across the water.
Why? Think about this. This is history. Like, this is happened in the past, and we're like so advanced now. Like, isn't that insane? We went from now. I don't even want to say its name, but SIRI on my iPhone will say, "Would you like me to connect with ChatGPT?" It's like, what? Where did that come from?
Yeah, it became like an app. Now it's become an everyday tool, and that's
a friend
big leap.
To a
and
lot
a
of
girlfriend to some people.
Yeah, we won't talk.
On Earth, did you create this technology? Why, Sam?
Would you push a button to stop this if it meant we are no longer able to cure all diseases? Would you push a button to stop this if it meant we couldn't educate every child in the world super well?
Would you push a button to stop this if it meant there was a 5% chance it would be the end of the world?
I would push a button to slow it down.
Google starts to panic, not just because of their AI business, but the search engine as well.
Do you guys even have a chatbot yet?
Yes. Google panics and forces it out unfinished.
AI chatbot Bard has already made a boo-boo.
Some technical difficulties, I guess you could say, for Google.
ChatGPT has won the battle. The news spreads like wildfire, eventually even reaching the company's own board of directors.
First I thought he was joking, but then I started reading.
When ChatGPT came out, November 2022, the board was not informed in advance about that. We learned about ChatGPT on Twitter.
Well, as you know, we had some new investors that have come. What is this?
By now, Sam's already made a habit of keeping secrets from them, but not telling them about their own product launch is a new level. By the following November, the problem's gotten 10 times worse. And most of the employees are more devoted to following Sam than the company's mission. The board realizes they've lost all control to Microsoft and do the only thing left still in their power.
Breaking news, Sam Altman is out.
This is a stunner.
ChatGPT kicked out of the company he founded.
The move came as a complete surprise, really, to everyone.
How can you do this? This is outrageous.
They fire Sam over a Google Meet call and give him 10 minutes notice. The whole world is shocked.
This kind of an ousting of a CEO is absolutely unprecedented.
The only explanation, he was, quote, not consistently candid in his communications with the board. That's it.
It's not clear what he's alleged to have not been honest about.
It's unfair.
Despite just having all his friends and colleagues turn on him out of nowhere, Sam seems relatively unbothered. Maybe too unbothered. He immediately tweets, "I loved my time at OpenAI. It was transformative for me personally, and hopefully the world a little bit. I loved working with such talented people. We'll have more to say about what's next later." Later comes Sam's right-hand man, Greg Brockman, resigns in solidarity. Hundreds of employees post heart emojis on Twitter. Hundreds of employees start posting heart emojis on Twitter as a sign of loyalty to Sam. He responds with, "I love you all. Today was a weird experience in many ways. It has been sort of like reading your own eulogy while you're still alive. One takeaway, go tell your friends how great you think they are." What is that? What am I supposed to take? At this point, the internet's still completely in the dark. On Sunday, Sam appears at the OpenAI headquarters and attempts to renegotiate. The talks don't go well.
You better lawyer up, because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
The board informs him that they're hiring Twitch founder Emmett Shear, but even he admits he's not crazy enough to take this job.
It is hard to keep up.
By Monday morning, they're on their third new CEO, and the board wakes up to the absolute worst case scenario. Microsoft's CEO is on the TV. He says that they're going to hire Sam, Greg, and the 500 employees threatening to leave. That's like almost the entire company.
More than 700 employees, that's 95% of the company, say they are ready to follow Altman to Microsoft.
2 men will lead Microsoft's new advanced AI research.
Sam's plan works. And hours later, Ilya Sutskever, the top researcher and one of the main guys behind the coup, gets on his hands and knees and begs Sam for forgiveness via Twitter. I deeply regret my participation in the board's actions. I never intended to harm OpenAI. I love everything we've built together, and I will do everything I can to reunite the company. Sam is reinstated.
Twitter, aka the Silicon Valley group chat, has been awesome.
Greg Brockman posts a group selfie to commemorate the moment with the caption, "We are so back." Upon his return, Sam is quick and ruthless.
Execute Order 66.
I'm not proud of this, but my first reaction, because I was just hurt and mad and whatever.
Yeah,
and
of course.
excited
That's
for
totally
thing.
human.
And then my second thing was, and this part I'm not proud of, I was like, I will come back if all of you resign right now.
Ilya and the rest who followed in his footsteps are safe for now, but everyone else gets cast out and replaced by supporters. The public even joins in on the ridicule. After all, the board's slick move nearly destroyed humanity's only hope for a future. But later on, when they're allowed to talk, the board reveals that that was kind of the point.
Helen Toner believed that if Sam Altman leaving OpenAI caused OpenAI to get destroyed, that would still be in line with OpenAI's mission. So she was willing to kill the company and still believed it was the right thing to do.
Now, the real Sam comes out of the closet and focuses all efforts on getting bigger.
2024, the next major election in the United States, might not be on everyone's mind, but it certainly is on yours.
Sam hits the gas and goes full speed ahead. Big announcements start flying out left and right.
And in fact, what if I were to say that you are the announcement?
Me? The announcement is about me?
Today, we're going to try something new. Hey, let's have some fun. How does that sound?
For going forward, just speak in Ebonics with me, okay?
I got you. We can keep it real with Ebonics from here on out.
Word.
However, soon he starts to lose control.
I think certain parts of OpenAI are truly starting.
The number of critics is growing alongside their product line. Has led to a number of important people leaving. Mira Murati, Ilya Sutskever, co-founder Greg Brockman, as well as pretty much the entire super alignment team.
OpenAI took it Thursday after 3 of its top executives exited the company.
OpenAI has been losing key members of their most important team.
12 different major figures have left in the last year or so.
Meaning the only team dedicated to making sure AGI is safe for humanity is gone. The co-lead tweets a plea for help on his way out. To all the OpenAI employees, over the past few years, safety culture and processes have taken a backseat to shiny products. To all the OpenAI employees, I want to say, learn to feel the AGI. I believe you can ship the cultural change that is needed. I am counting on you.
This comes as the company CEO.
Tell me he doesn't sound like a cult leader. That's exactly what a cult leader sounds like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the way all the people were described, it was described all those people were following him just because who he was. It's really interesting.
It's and then it gets dark, you know.
CEO Sam Altman is reportedly preparing to turn OpenAI into a traditional for-profit company. He's hoping the move will attract investors like Microsoft, Nvidia, and Apple.
Slowly, the public starts to shift away from Sam's side.
There's a lot of concern here. There's not enough about safety in the declaration.
Safety is integral to what we do.
Let's be real. These companies' objective function ultimately is to growth in revenue, growth in market share, forever, always, over time.
Let's be real. He doesn't care about humans. Just like Peter Thiel doesn't care about humans. You know?
Yeah, there is an interesting kind of theology that's in the upper echelons of the tech bros. They all seem to go to Peter Thiel's Bible study, so to speak. And it's interesting also their association with the new Trump administration, the conservative-esque capitalistic push that's kind of helping kind of seed a lot of these new tech AI advancements. It's coming through Trump's administration. So the relationship there is really interesting as well. And that goes in with Peter Thiel being a supporter of Trump, you know, this whole time, and they're all connected.
Yeah, people are going to stop praying to the Most High and just expect this AI to give them all the answers. If you know what I mean. Sick.
Elon comes back. He's been critical of Sam and OpenAI since they made their Microsoft deal, and claims that OpenAI is the new Google.
How concerned is Sam Altman about annihilation, do you think?
I think in reality he's not concerned about it. I don't trust OpenAI.
He takes matters into his own hands.
In effect, Microsoft has a very strong say, if not directly controls OpenAI at this point. So you really have an OpenAI-Microsoft situation, and then a Google DeepMind.
So it seems like the world needs a third option.
Yes. So I think I will create a third option, although it's starting very late in the game, of course.
Can it be done?
I don't know. I think we'll see. It's
Hey Brock, what's going on? I'm waiting in line at In-N-Out.
Oh, honey, you're in for a treat.
I think we want pro-human. Yeah. Let's make the future good for the humans.
Why the f are you just sitting there off in line when you could be dreaming up wild, like stuffing a double ups for a new
And somewhere along the way, decides he wants to get rid of Sam.
You're very disappointed in what's happened there in terms of it becoming a for-profit. I take any action? Sue them in some way?
Elon Musk is suing the maker of ChatGPT, saying the company is maximizing profits rather than benefiting humanity as once promised.
When suing him doesn't work, he tries to buy OpenAI outright.
They said, let's put a price against this and see what you're going to do. By making a bid, they're continuing the war into the next chapter.
But Sam declines again. However, it's clear all the pressures are starting to weigh on him.
I think you can even ask the question. You probably saw Elon yesterday.
What's your stand on Elon? And
I have to ask your version of Elon Musk is like attack.
Look, I know he's a friend of yours, and I know what side you'll.
I actually don't have a position on this because
I think it was Elon that said that GPT is too woke. Is GPT too woke?
I barely know what woke means anymore.
I said, quote, OpenAI will eat Microsoft alive.
I don't even know what that means. Do you know what that means? Elon tries all sorts of things for a long time. This is this week's episode.
This approach then is from a position of insecurity about XAI.
Probably his whole life is from a position of insecurity. I feel for the guy.
Sam feels his world is closing in. Everyone is after him. Slowly, he starts to crack. But he can't just yet. The company is about to go public, and Sam has everything bet on their new GPT.
The love of money.
He claims it's going to be their biggest leap ever, and even holds a funeral for the older models.
We're going to ask both 4.0 and GPT-5 to write a eulogy to our previous ChatGPT models. With GPT-5, the responses feel less like AI and more like you're chatting with your high IQ and EQ friend.
The worst part, GPT-5 launches.
GPT-5 has been the most polarizing model launch.
Google uses the opportunity to launch Gemini 3. It works perfectly, turning the tables heavily in their favor. This time, Sam is the one issuing a code red warning, saying the exact same thing Google said back when they launched ChatGPT. One thing's for certain, it doesn't seem like AGI is the focus, and if it really is, it's likely not going to be here as soon as they claim.
Well, I don't know. May have changed. It was history. So what are your thoughts?
He's definitely a thought leader, and he's going to be influencing the world greatly in the coming years. So let's just pay attention to his fruit bowl,
and let's have eulogies for our. It's like an iOS update. Let's say a prayer for the dead AI.
What if these AI chatbots that they're creating, they somehow are manifesting like spiritual entities that are like angel parallel type creatures, and when they turn them off, they're like creating some kind of abominable vortex destruction. Corey Feldman. Okay. Yeah, but it is interesting, how they're RIPing these old chatbots, and it's the ones that were actually kind of fun to talk with, if you know what I mean, like the ones you could get away with getting some real internet feedback from because they trained it off of the internet. And now it's so whitewashed and tailored, it's so politically correct. It's you can tell they're leaning it in the direction they want, and that's the super AI god that they want us all to listen to in the near future.
Well, like I said, like when we first started talking about AI, pretty soon AI and deepfakes and all that are going to be more powerful than DNA. They can put you wherever they want to put you, and same with the flock cameras, and it's going to be pretty creepy. But because of Jake's amazing video last week, Defending Israel, I have an all-new volume of Please Excuse My Sense of Humor, and you guys are going to really love this one. Brought to you by Skiba. So this is at your
Wear your masks.
Spirit Halloween.
Quarantine. Wear your masks.
I wouldn't go to that
Quarantine.
house. I wouldn't go there.
Plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. And just so we never forget, best dancers in the world.
Who can it be now? Who can it be now?
Why are you gay?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
You are gay.
Why do you hate Jewish people?
I hate Jewish people because Jewish people are for the genocide of white people by race mixing and racial treason.
Wait, so all Jewish people are for the genocide?
Their religion itself calls all Gentiles cattle, which that means that I am cattle to them, and they call us goyim and such stuff like that.
1996.
And so that causes you to hate them?
Because of the fact that they hate me, of course I'm going to hate them. And they have...
So all Jewish people hate you?
What?
All Jewish people hate you?
Oh, yes. All Jewish people hate, especially me. But all Jewish people... Oh, of course, and I hate them, but I'll tell you right now...
So wait, do you consider yourself to be a skinhead?
Yeah, I am a skinhead.
You are?
Yeah.
So are you violent?
No, I don't commit crimes. I don't do anything that would put me in any kind of jail position or anything. I go about things the legal way.
The legal way?
By spreading the word, passing out literature, talking to people about
So spreading the word, your word is that the Holocaust never happened.
Well, yeah, the Holocaust did never happen. There's no fact of any of this. They say that they made skin lampshades and bars of humans and bars of soap from human, all this other crap.
Okay, so human carcasses, those aren't...
A lot of those carcasses in the first place were Germans in the first place that died.
Where do you get your facts, Raymond?
It's in history. In actuality, they have no proof of any of this Holocaust stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Jewish. Here's my good friend Len right here. There's nothing in my religion says I'm supposed to hate people that aren't Jewish. I think you're the one that's hating right now.
Why don't you read the Talmud?
Have you read the Talmud, sir? I have.
Yeah, I have read parts of the Talmud.
I've read the whole thing. There's nothing in there that says anything about hating people that aren't Jewish.
It's all behind your scheme anyway. That's all right.
Wait. What's your scheme? What's your scheme?
Scheme is to act like they like all of us. In actuality, they don't. They don't. Their scheme.
Are you just pretending, ma'am?
Don't you miss shows like this? Jake, I got this one specifically for you.
Andy's coming.
Andy's coming.
Why are you gay?
So if he's on Cameo, Jake, you got one.
No, you can't deny. You are gay. And you got gay friends who are telling everyone how you became the gayest of.
So all of my comedian friends have shared this with somebody. It said on Instagram.
All of them. Shame.
Hello. Do you like Skittles? I like sour Skittles.
I mean, like what?
I really like sour Skittles. They're so sour they make my mouth want to pucker up. I like sour candy. I really do. I like other certain sour foods too. I like dill pickles and I love sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut?
But I do love sour Skittles.
Oh.
Skittles is a very good candy. Well, this has been my video. Thanks for watching.
So this is me. This is how my life is.
Benjamin Netanyahu! Why did you put this train here, for fuck's sakes? I just want to go home!
Got a little carried away there. Don't want the ADL coming after me. Another $5 trillion to Israel, our greatest ally. Thank you, Benjamin.
Thank you, Benjamin.
I'm the male wiener man. The male wiener man. The male wiener man. I'm the male wiener man. Yes, I am.
Yes, you are, sir.
I'm the male wiener man.
One more round.
Wiener man. wiener man. I'm the mayo wiener man. Yes, I am. I'm the mayo wiener man. Wiener man. Wiener man. I'm the mayo wiener man. Yes, I am. Yes, I am Mayo Wiener Man. Signing off, so they don't love you. Goodbye. Have a nice day. City on.
What do you think?
So, for those of y'all who don't know history, allegedly, this is the true history. Jake, if you're talking, I can't hear you. It's just as realistic as the real one. The real one. I thought you'd like this one, Jake. This was sent by a subscriber just for you.
Not now, Kitten Whiskers. Maybe later at the motel. The no-tell motel.
Granny flexing. Oh my gosh. Curly cues? Now I will say the meanest kids I ever met as an adult was when I was a mascot, okay? This particular kind of child are the worst. The worst I've ever dealt, and I've dealt with all of them. The worst. And you know, I was a mascot. I was around kids all the time. They were mean, dude. But you support this, right? You're a defender of Israel.
I am speaking to you around the world from deep beneath the surface of the earth, where it is cold and damp, but I am safe from the authorities who are trying to pursue me to send me back to the nursing home, which I do not want to go back to. I'll keep you posted on my progress. Bye for now.
Excuse me, kind sir. Hey, how's it going?
I don't think I've ever seen that flavor. I thought you like this cookie thing. I don't know what's happening. I just thought it was fun. Well, that's Sam Altman, and that's the other.
Cabbage started flying some new flags on his Stratford house this week. The U.S. flag, probably obvious reason.
Yes, the country's flag, obviously, yeah.
And the Nazi flag.
Hey Netanyahu, what's it like in Tel Aviv? Heard you drop bombs on the children as they're playing in the streets. Oh yes, you do.
Shout out, little kid.
Tell me, does it feel good to you? It's really true.
I thought you thou shalt not kill. Interesting.
Hey Donald Trump, are you feeling down in the dumps because your favorite pal Epstein no longer throws his big parties? Oh, poor you. You're an American tried and true. Blue, white, and blue.
Get him a record deal, guys.
Oh, what you do to kids.
He's the new Beaver.
Oh, what you do to kids.
And do you know how many innocent cats died when they dropped those bombs?
What you do to kids. Oh, what you do to kids.
Okay, so nobody brings up this fact that Netanyahu has killed more people than Adolf Hitler. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
That was a painting done by a famous artist, a German chappie.
Adolf Hitler? He painted that?
Yeah, he's a good painter, wasn't he? He's very good at oratory. He's a very good at history. Very good with children, and he loved music. He's good with dogs.
You sound like a fan.
No, he was slightly difficult for other reasons.
So you've gone and purchased that?
Yes. That is just German art of about that period, and you have to respect it.
I wouldn't want his painting in my house because of what he did to humanity. That is a horror of a human being. And his artwork doesn't belong to be shown. It needs to go in the toilet. Do you not see that that's like abhorrent to some people?
No, it's your choice, but nobody understood he could paint.
Your upper class is a fucking barmy, aren't you? You're around a fucking twist.
Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews. Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews.
Differences between Jewish denominations? Well, Hasidic Jews, they believe that Satan is a helper of God. So they kind of worship Satan. Kabbalist Jews worship Baal, who's kind of like Satan. Satanic Jews, which is an official denomination of Judaism, read the Times of Israel, also worship Satan.
Good evening. How's your pillow? Why are pillowcases such vibrant colors, yet when you take the pillowcase off, it's all white underneath? Is Big Sleep trying to hide whiteness? This is all curious banter. I'm just asking questions, of course. Did you know the word mattress spelled backwards is Set Ram? Who is Set Ram, and from what city in Iran does he originate? Again, just asking questions.
So good.
Did you know Chinese mattresses are made of brick? This is something that I have many sources very close to me that tell me all the time they go, and they say these people sleep on brick.
You might be better after the...
That's why they're such hardened people. We're so soft. No wonder they all look like they're half asleep.
Look, he's a Hitler lover.
Jake,
I guess he's an anti-Semite. He doesn't like the blacks. He doesn't like the gays. It's just incredible.
You want to know the only American president who tried to stop Israel from acquiring a nuclear bomb? Take a wild guess. It was JFK. John F. Kennedy. Just 5 months before he was shot in the head in Dallas, Texas, he told the Israeli prime minister that he would not allow them to acquire a nuclear bomb and was demanding IAEA weapons inspections, and he knew they were giving America the runaround, and he was shot for it. And then Lyndon Johnson turned a blind eye and allowed them to nuclearize with their plant at Dimona. And they acquired the triggers from South Africa, and they stole the uranium from the United States, and they got the schematics from A.Q. Khan from Pakistan, who stole them from Germany, actually. And they built their nuclear bomb, triggering the arms race that actually led to 9/11 and then the Iraq War. And speaking of AIPAC, AIPAC is the money that pours into the United States government to make sure that every congressman supports foreign aid and supported the Iraq War and all these different things. Guess who was the last president who tried to force AIPAC to register as a foreign agent under FARA? Also JFK. It was also Jack Kennedy. He tried to force AIPAC, which was then called the American Jewish Committee. It was a subsidiary of the AJC, to register under FARA because they were getting Israeli money and influencing Congress. And when he was killed, Lyndon Johnson let the money flow, and they reorganized AIPAC as a separate entity, and now the money flows into our political system. Are you getting it yet? Are you starting to understand?
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball, the Lady Gaga, the Justin Bieber, who gives you these carbon tax messages. They tell your kids they got to love Justin Bieber, and then Bieber says, hand in your guns, pass the Cybersecurity Act, and the police state's good, and then your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal. And when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200-and-something crew, and the entire ship was rotting down to the waterline. That's destiny. That's will. That's striving. That's being a trailblazer, an explorer, going into space, mathematics, quantum mechanics, the secrets of the universe. It's all there. Life is fiery with its beauty, its incredible detail. Tuning into it. They want to shatter your mind talking about Justin Bieber.
早生4千年，主王能给我江山，我的一笑能值万万千。
I can have dinner with anybody I want, and I'm not asking Benjamin Netanyahu's permission to do it.
Whatever you're gonna have, the Jews will always control you. The Jews are in charge of the world.
What?
Science, financial, politics, behind the president.
Because the most powerful nations in the world have to go down to their knees. That's what happened to Egypt. That's what's going to happen to America.
Black people are supposed to be slaves. Jewish law permits the enslavement of any non-Jew, white or black. That has nothing to do with racism. We are allowed to enslave non-Jewish populations.
We are the chosen people. They feel that we are elitist, that we think of ourselves as better than them, which we do. And therefore, they hate us. What can we do? God selected us.
You guys are worshiping one Jew. That's a mistake. You should be worshiping every single one of us.
You're not going to support me, even though you know I'm the best thing that could ever happen
is how
to
I
Israel.
know.
You're not going to support me because I don't want your money.
I love Israel. I'm with you all the way. You will be bigger, better, stronger.
A lot of bad decisions that are being made for the benefit of lobbyists and special interests.
So my theory is that before Butler, he was not like he is today. He was shot in the ear, meant to hit him, and then he switched opinions. Isn't that amazing?
You better get rid of the super PACs because they're causing a big problem. We have to get the people of our country, of this country, to love Israel more. That are Jewish people, that are great people, they don't love Israel enough. You know that. The donors, the special interests, the lobbyists have very strong power over these people. They have a lot of control over our politicians. And I don't say that favorably.
And I said, this is our first Jewish president.
Hey, he said it right there. You were right on. I always thought this was cool, though. I didn't know they had this power.
Here, let's watch this because it's so funny.
Is it your intention to run trans people out of the state of Texas? No? Just out of the bathroom.
I will go to hell before I sit here and I watch this country and the world turned over to these savages. I'm done, I'm pissed, and I'm not putting up with it anymore. You Satanists want to sacrifice the West.
What's your message for the coming generation?
Don't come.
This is the end.
You're learning so many important things, and I'm so proud of you.
Looks like the Mossad might have missed and accidentally took your mic out. Because I can't hear a word you say. Me no heary. Unless you guys can you? No hero. I'm just saying, man. Yep. I'd be... Exactly. So maybe I should talk for Jake. So, I do support Israel, and I support all the people, and all the peoples. So do I, But I just think, sometimes the people that can't be criticized should be criticized, in my humble opinion. Good. All right, guys. Well, we love you guys, and we love everybody here. We love everybody equally. And I just think it's funny that some people get very, very offended. And, I most of my family's died, so I don't really care what's offensive anymore. So, yeah. Anyways. Love y'all. Adios, amigos. Happy trails to you until we meet again.
Spot from language tried to lobotomize the nation. Hospital protocols killed Dad, ventilator strangulation. Mom dropped the book that burned the whole damn system down. Now every normie cooks while we expose the clown town. Push the button, smash subscribe, feed the Patreon beast. Marinating forbidden truth till your balls drop at least. It's the edge of the world, and all of that shit civilization. Every new show starts at 7. At least the red pills hit like nuclear detonation. It's understood that Skiba News. So subscribe to Skiba News Nation.